Good afternoon. This is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. We are at 517 Northeast 30th Avenue here in Portland. Going into a 4-inch cast iron clean out right in the laundry area. We're going to check the overall condition, serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We have water running up ahead from the kitchen sink. We're going to zero out. Off we go. Swapping over to clay pipe here. Just swap there to 3034 PVC pipe, right back over to clay now.
That's the sewer?
There's the main lateral connection there at 117 feet. Sitting here talking to myself with the microphone turned off. Sorry about that. So I just unpaused the camera there at the where the green pipe meets the clay was about a foot past the curb. So I put a green paint marking there. Right now we're sitting in front of the furthest out Y connection that would appear to be party. We went past another small diameter tie-in, it's about 10 feet or so ahead. That's more indicative of a storm system tie-in. It's small diameter.
So now you're reversing.
Alright, so where we are currently, you know the bathroom, the basement bathroom we were messing around in, taking the hatch off the wall. That's where that line, that toilet line and sink tie into there. So straight away from that, if you draw a straight line from that toilet out, basically right in the middle of the garden bed is where the line is at, where that Y connection comes in. I was picking that up there around 4.5 to 5 feet deep. Not too bad for a basement line. There's a lot of stuff over top the sewer line. It's a tricky line to locate from that standpoint. There's a lot of things that kind of obstruct your ability to locate. You've got clearly an active line that ties in there. You can see the wet drip stains coming off that thing. That right there might be the... we'll see if we can catch any other tie-ins here as we come back in. I'm not sure where that is exactly coming in from. This is a line that has serviced a lot of different fixtures and houses for that matter. So that tie-in there, we're going to go and mark. If you were to flip this thing up, right, that one's coming in from the side there. I'm sorry, not obviously it's coming in at the side, but I mean it's coming in from the left side. That's as you face into the properties from Gleason. All right, so this one here may very well be from the neighbor that's disconnected. So where that's located out there, and I put a marking down, about 4 foot 8 inches deep, there's a fireplace, a brick fireplace, kind of between this house and the one in front. It's right next to that fireplace. And the direction that comes in from, it would make sense for that to be that house, but I'm not positive. Anyway, enough of this line here. This is one where unfortunately, I think this one here is going to probably not be able to remain just because of where it's at and how it runs out the street through the other property. The home that's out on Gleason, though, that one you can probably, hopefully anyway, keep the configuration of it, potentially do a liner on it or sleeve it or something of that nature so you're not having to go and tear the whole thing up. Anyway, this is a scenario where I'd recommend having a kind of a full service company come out that deals with multiple types of repair processes and figure out which makes the most sense. You know, whether it is, you know, to directionally drill a line in under the floor here, you know, wrap it around the house, what have you. There's a lot of options to get this line, you know, to go out to the front on 30th. You know, that may be your only option. I doubt that the city will allow you to keep anything remotely like the configuration it has, even if you had two separate lines. I don't think they're going to, you don't want to mess around going out to Gleason anyway. It's a much more expensive road to handle than the main artery. Anyway, and these are hard lines too. When you get water that escapes the sewer pipe like that and dissipates off, it can be really difficult to gauge exactly how bad the grade loss is, because the water will stand and then it seeps out through the pipe joints. So it's never static. So what looks like a 1/4 inch of water sometimes can end up turning into 2 or 3 inches. I'm gonna do this real quick here. I'm just gonna, now that the water's all completely off, I'm just gonna shove out here. See how much water remains. Wasn't totally surprised that thing's about bone dry at this point. This is more important as it relates to the house on Gleason. Now from this standpoint here, the thing basically looks like it has good slope and grade, and by the time we get to the end of the PVC, we're out in the roadway. So, you know, what I would suggest looking into is epoxy lining the clay pipe for the house on Gleason. It would be really ideal at the same time to be able to get a camera through the branches that run out from that house just to see their condition. Make sure that at the same time you're doing that, there doesn't need to be anything else dealt with on that end. You know, even if it's just really rough, worn out, scaly cast iron, you can line that stuff too, as long as it's not too small a diameter. So it would be a good idea to try and get a look at those. Anyway, now that water's off here, I mean, the line drains off completely. It's again hard to know exactly how much of that is due to proper gradation and how much of it is due to the joints letting the water escape. And there are a multitude of them throughout the line that are doing that. Anyway, this situation like this, I recommend a full update to both homes. The plus side here is we were able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You're basically able to see the entire main line for both houses. Other than some pretty short branches, your runs from the house on Gleason out to where they Y-connect into this line here, they're probably only about 10 feet, so they're pretty short stubs. But if they are, you know, mostly clay pipe stubs coming out, they're I can almost guarantee you, if not guarantee you, they are shot too. So that's the importance of being able to see those. If they ran solid cast iron up to those connections, they might be okay, but I highly doubt it.